What is up, everybody? Dice Degen here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, we are back with week 3 of the $1,000 to $1 million challenge. Weeks 1 and 2 went well. If you haven't seen those videos, I will link them down below. You can go take a look. We are here for week 3. All right, so our win goal today for week 3 is a total win of $307, which would bring our bankroll to $1,845. We currently sit at $1,538, and that's 20%, so that's 307. Our stop loss would be 25% of our starting bankroll, which is going to end up being $1,153 or a $385 loss. I have changed the camera angles around a little bit. I'm using the rail now. All right, so we have the rail on the table. We're going to use it. From the last video, I did color up a couple greens to get some blacks. I will be doing that throughout, but I can assure you there is $1,538 right here. All right. So today our win goal is $307. We are going to be playing probably similar to how we've been playing. I may switch it up a little bit today. I am going to do pass line. I'm not going to play max odds today. I am going to play like 2x odds today, but we're going to go inside. All right. So we're going to get not only the 6 and the 8, we're going to get the 5 and 9 as well. We may branch out to the 4 and 10. Still no bonus bets. All right. We're not handling those right now. I don't want the challenge to be because I hit bonus bets. So that's what we're going to do. And hopefully we're liking it. Again, I do want some interactivity on this if you guys would indulge me. So if you do want to be a shooter for me, to bet along with or whatever it may be, let me know. And I'm going to do some lives. All right. We'll get some interactivity going on, but week 3, let's kick her off, shall we? Just so everybody knows, the rail in the back here is what I am starting with. Okay. In the front rail is going to go profit once I replace what's in the back rail. Okay. All right, here we go. So $15 table. Right, so we're going to go $15 line bet, and I am going to do a nickel whirl just so I have some coverage. It has been costing me a little bit not having that, so I am going to do it. And I have had a few folks ask me for a video on my world bet progressions. It would be lovely if I can do it in one of these videos. If I get a couple hits, we'll see. But there is a video coming out after this one. So this week, there will be a video coming out on my world bet progression. All right. So without further ado, let's get ourselves started here. We'll grab some dice. Just going to pick 2. Wow. Look at that. 4 of a kind. You guys see that? I think you can see it, right? There's a 4, a 4, a 4, a 4, and a tray. All right. We're going to pick 4s. All right. And let's get her going, shall we? Hopefully you guys are enjoying the challenge. It's been fun so far. Here we go. And we got a midnight on the come out. We love that. All right. So I guess me talking about the world bet is going to come into play here. So I am going to lose my pass line, right? That's fine. I'm going to get paid $26. Okay. So I'm going to get paid 26. Right? I paid it this way because I'm going to replace my line bet for 15. My world bet now looks like a nickel, and this dollar will go back to my rack. Okay? All right. That's that. And for those who don't know, the world bet, it's just $3 now. It started with $1 on these numbers. Now it's $3 on the 7 and the horns. Okay? All right. Let's go. And we got a 5-1-6. Okay, 5 and a 1. Enter that into the tracker. Or mark that up. So that world bet gambit didn't pay out. The first hit really doesn't pay for me. it's because I'm trying to get a little aggressive. I get a second hit, right? So if you want to be a little bit more collective on your world bet, you can. Again, I'll have a video coming out on that full progression and everything. But yeah, let's run it, shall we? I'm gonna start 66 inside, basically, right? Um, Obviously I do not have the 6 because I'm gonna go a quarter behind the 6. Okay. And then if we're taking a look at where we are rack wise, right? We've got 51, 66, 91. All right, we got $91 out there. So we have to put $91 back in the back rail first. Or actually, we'll take $1 from that hit. We have to put $90 back here before we start putting money up here. All right, here we go. And we got a hard 4, does nothing for me. Does not a 2-2, hard 4. Yo, 6-5. Okay, not ideal. Not ideal. We'd like some paid hits, right? There's a 4-2-6, which is a frontline winner. We will certainly take that. Okay, 4 and a deuce. Oop, I entered a 7. Sorry, should be a 4-2. There we go. 4-2. All right, so puck's going to turn off. All right, we're going to get paid 15 flat and 30 in the back. All right, and we'll bring this back. I'm going to keep it on this side for right now, right? Because we need to add $90 back to here, okay? But I'm going to take a nickel out for the world again, and we are good to go. And we got a yo. Just what we want to see, right? Just what we want to see. All right, so that's going to pay us 15 on the line, right? And the world bet's going to pay me 11 for that, right? The world's going to go to $15 to the rack. And this 15, I'm also going to bring back to the rack. So now if you take a look, right, we have 50, 75, $86 in the rack that we need to replace 90. So even if we don't have a good run here, we'll be out $4. All right. And we got a 6-4-10 out there on the end. 6-4. All right, that's going to be our point. Going to mark up the 10. Okay. I am going to take the world bet down, obviously, right? And then on that 10, I'm going to dip into the money we have started to recoup on this shooter so we can place numbers, right? So we're going to go quarter behind, and then I'm going to take $20 out for the 6. Okay. If you want to, you certainly can just lock up the profit on that shooter so you don't have to work as hard, because now, like, we did have the $80 or $86. Now we only have 38 in front of us, so we do need some hits, obviously. But if you wanted to just run it pretty simple, you can. It's up to you. We got a 6-3-9 center left field. All right, 6 and a 3. Okay, so that's going to pay us 21. Right, up to you if you want to press, if you want to collect. I'm going to collect this one. All right, so we'll put that in the rack here. And we got another 639. All right, that's back to back. Again, that's going to be another $21. We are going to press it now. All right, so now we're going to take it to a quarter, bring the 11 back to the rack. Okay, and I'm going to clean that up just so nobody tells me that it's an improper bet. And there's a 6-2, easy 8, which I believe is the small or the tall. Sorry, yes, it is. Obviously, I'm not on it, right? I said I wasn't going to bet it from the start, but there's the tall in case anybody cares. All right, that's going to be $21 back to us. Okay, we're going to collect again. Not going to press, but if we take a look where we are rack wise, right, there's 75, 85, 90, 91. So we're $1 in profit. This I'm going to put back in my rail, right? That'll get us square from the beginning. All right. And then take a look at what we have out here. 15, 25 is 40. Another 25 is 65, 80. And then 36, that's what, 106? No, 116. Okay. And the dollar. All right. So worst case on shoot number one, we've made $1 plus what we have out there. So hopefully we can get a couple more hits. That'd be ideal. But if not, we're okay. There's another hard 4, 2-2. Hard 4. Be nice if we could flip that over and get that 10. There's a 6-2-8. Okay, 6 and a 2. All right, so it's going to pay us 21. Right, I'm going to take it to 30. Bring the rest of this back to the rack. And I'm just playing pretty conservatively. Obviously, you could play much more aggressive. My problem with the aggressive piece of it is the more aggressive I play, the more potential I do have to not successfully accomplish the challenge for the day, right? Which may not be the worst thing in the world. But for right now, I'm going to play it semi-conservative. Maybe down the line, we'll get a little bit more aggressive with it. But, you know, ideally on a roll like this so far, I probably should have had goal made already, to be quite honest with you. But it is what it is. There's another 3-1-4, so I'm going to sit here like an idiot. That's the third 4 that's been tossed, and I don't have a 4. And I know somebody at home is yelling at me, grab a 4, grab a 4. I should. I really should. And all right, shoot number 1 is in the books. There's a 5-2 on the 7 out. Excuse me. All right, so 5-2. The roll is through. So unfortunately, right, we only made like $10 on that shooter. Plus obviously what was out here, right? So there's 75, 100, 125, 128. We could have pulled down, maybe restructured some things, but we didn't. It is what it is. All right, so we are okay with shooter number 1, right? Obviously we want longer rolls, but we are going to pull from the rack again. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my setup situated. So it's going to be the $15 on the line, nickel on the world. All right. So we're short $20 in the back rail. And there's another 5-1-6. Okay. So that's going to be our point. 5 and a 1. All right. Mark it up. The world's going to fall. And we'll take a quarter behind, right? And let's say we want to go a little bit more aggressive. We're going to go 110 inside, basically. Okay. I'm going to take it out of the front rail for that nickel. So what we have to put in the back rail is 115, actually $120 because of that world bet. All right. So we're short 120 in the back. Here we go. There's a 325. Okay, 3 and a 2. It's going to pay us 35. If you want to press, you want to collect, I'm going to collect a quarter and put, what's it called? 10 on top of it to make it 35. So it pays 50 for one. Again, remember we were short 120 in the back rail. There's a 639. Okay, 6 and a 3 is 9. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing on the 5, or same thing I did on the 5, right? So I'm gonna press it to 35, quarter back to the rack. There's an ace deuce. Does nothing for us. Ace deuce. There's a hard 8 square pair. Okay. 4-4. Take that. It's going to pay us 35. All right. Take it to 60. Nickel back to the rack. Oop. Drop the chip. All right. So we really need a hit on the 5, 8, or 9. Right? That's what we need. We really need a hit. There's a 6, 4 and a 2. We will take it. Okay, that's a frontline winner on the 6. So it's going to pay us 15 flat, right? 30 in the back. Turn the puck off. Okay. And we'll bring the rest of this back to the rail. Again, if you take a look, right, we were 120 short. We have 120 right there. Okay. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go nickel world, right? I'm going to put this back in the starting bankroll. Okay. What we have out here now is all profit. Okay. So I'm going to restructure this once I get a point set and we'll go from there. And there's a 4-3-7 on the come out. All right. Doesn't really affect us that much. Sorry, let me pull these into view for you. We're going to get paid $15. Okay. Because the world bet's a push, right? So we're just going to get paid on our pass line bet. And we'll take that 15, put it there. There's a 6-3-9. Okay, so 9's going to be our point. 6 and a 3. All right, let's mark up the 9. Our world bet's going to fall. Okay. And I said we're going to restructure this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop those down to 30 each on the 6 and 8, right? I'm going to take the, we go 30 behind the 9. We'll leave the 5 at 35 and we're good to go. There's a 5-4-9 right back. It's going to be a frontline winner for us. Okay, so we'll turn the puck off, right? 15 in the front, 45 in the back, or 50 and take the cap. All right. This is going to go into the rack. This, we're going to grab a nickel whirl, and this is going to go back into the rack. Okay. Again, remember where we are, right? We're up 100, and that's $15. So 115 in the rack plus what we have out there. We're still short of our goal, so we're going to keep going, but we're on the right path. There's a 617 on the come out. They're coming at good times. They are coming at good times for us. All right, world bet's a push. We're going to win 15 on the line. So that'll go back in the rack. And we got a 5, 3, 8. Okay, easy 8. 5 and a 3. So the world bet's going to full. We'll mark that up. Move a quarter. There. We'll move a quarter over to the 9. And then we'll just take a quarter odds behind. Keep it good. Really should have 35 on my 9 because I've been hitting it, but. And there is the Cinco Dos. Adios. Okay, so puck's going to turn off. Made some more money on that shooter, though, so we're all right. I'm going to leave 130 out on the felt. Right? Sucks, but it is what it is. So bankroll's intact. We're just going to use the front for this shooter. Okay, so whatever we have in the front, we're going to use that. $15 line, nickel on the world. And here we go, shoot number 3. First time in this challenge we've gone to shoot number 3. First 2 were 2 shooters. And we got a hard 10. That's our point. Okay, hard 10. Slide that down, mark it up. All right, world bet's going to fall. And I'm going to take what I have out of the front rail here. So we got 50, 75, 80. Let's go. Well, first, let's go 66 inside. All right, so we're going to take 66 out, and we're going to go 66 inside. Okay, and then we'll go single odds behind, I guess, for now, because I don't want to dip into the back rail for right now. I'd rather just play with what we have. So that's what we're going to do. Got 549. Okay, center field, 5-4. All right, so it's going to pay us 21, right? I'm going to go to 35 with that, take $1 back to the rack. Probably going to just get aggressive on this shooter if I can, since we're playing with solely profit, and try to hit goal if I can press high enough. We'll see. 426. That's all dependent on the dice cooperating, obviously, though, right? All dependent on the dice cooperating. Because if the dice don't want to cooperate, we're not getting there. All right, 21, right? I'm going to drop 3 and go to 42. Okay, fun little move. Clean up the rail. All right, here we go. Six, 2, 8. All right, so I could, you know what? I'll dip into the back rail for $1. We're gonna do the same thing. All right, so here's 2 out. I'll dip into the back rail for $1, and we're gonna go to 42 as well. Okay. I didn't want to dip into it, but it's $1 and it is what it is. Sometimes that starts the downward slope though, let me tell you. Sometimes that starts the downhill trend. 549. Okay, that is lovely. 54. All right, so that is going to pay us 50 for one. All right, I'm going to have to dig into the back rail again, 50 for $1. I know we're $2 short in the back, but we're going to go to 75. Okay, I'm going to take one of those red chips. This doesn't have to be done, but I'm going to do it just for my sake. $2 back, so we're good there, and we're up $8 there. Again, got to keep track of what we have out here. We're looking for $307 profit today. We got a 516, which is great. Okay, 51. It's going to pay us 50 for $1, right? And what are we going to do? We're going to go to 90. Okay. We're trying to get 2 goal if we can. All right, so we're going to go to 90. Mind you, 90 and 75, right, is 165, and 15 is 180, and we have 42, so that's 222 plus the 30, 252. So we're $52 short of goal right now. Or yeah, maybe $60 with the 307 that I need to win. There's a 628. All right, 6 and a deuce. It's going to pay us 50 for one. 50 for one. Okay. And we are very, very close, right? If I was smart, I would pull down. I would, right? And I probably should pull down. But as they say, scared money don't make no money. But let's pull down. And I know I'm probably iced to myself, but I really don't care. All right, let's see where we're at. We needed 307. Okay, there's 100, 200, 225, 275, 290, 295. So we are at $12 short of goal, right? $12 short of goal. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do, folks? All right, one hit. I pulled my bets down to go for one more hit. Back to here. Okay, any hit will do right now. Any hit will do. I need to change that out. All right, the rest of this goes back to the rack. Any hit will do. We would be there, but our pass line obviously is contract, so we can't pull that down. I took my odds down. I need any box hit. Any box hit will do. And we got it. 538. Okay. It's funny, I could have went to 90 on the 8 and we would have solidified it, but it's okay. We're fine. All right. There's 21. Okay. All the bets are getting pulled down because we have hit our goal. Again, discipline here is key. Yes, I have a couple dollars left over that I could play with, but I'm not going to bother because we're just going to let this shooter rock and we will count the color up after the fact. And oh, man, right on cue. 437. All right. That's uncanny how that works. But we'll certainly take it because we hit goal. We're going to lose that 15, right? In the back, should have 1538. 2, 3. Oh. Okay, there's 1,000. 13. Yes, I will color this up to make it a little bit more palatable so I don't have to count out all these chips all the time. Just as a FYI. All right, so there is 475. We have some more reds. I couldn't grab them. Right, there's 1,500. Okay, 15, 25, 1530. 1536. I was $2 off. 36, 1536. All right, there's 1538. Sorry, I was a couple bucks off. Oops. But this will be our profit for today. Once we get this counted out. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 307. That was our goal. And we actually have 310, 314. All right. So we made what was that? $7 over goal. Okay, so our win goal was 307. We made 314. So we have 1852 in front of us. All right. Again, I will color that up and make it look a little bit nicer, but 1852 is our total for today. Day 3 for week 3 is in the books. Very, very happy with this so far. Again, let me know if you guys have any ideas or any challenges or anything you want to see involved with this. Love you all. Don't forget, you all have a little Degen in you, and I will see you all very, very soon. Peace.
On the